everybody, and welcome. Today we are going to be going through the 2011 prints in the next installment of our series. So 2011, I remember being at least, I've been in the fashion for a year. It was, I was kind of getting my footings a little bit more. I still have a couple relics from 2011 that I bought. We are going to be going through those because unlike with 2010, I actually have things from 2011 because I was a year into the fashion. I'm starting to learn to be able to save to afford brand. And yeah, so I'm wearing one of my relics and I'm holding one of my relics. The Milky Pony bags were released in 2010, but they also had a release in 2011. This is my boy, it's my pony. I was gonna wear Sugar Carnival, but I did a poll on Instagram and they said, hey, wear Sheep's Garden instead. So I am wearing Sheep's Garden, which is also a 2011 print, which we will get into when we start talking about the prints. There are 20 dresses, while 2010 had, okay, I have to go through my corrections for 2010. Whoa! Sorry, as I was saying, we got a lot of dresses to get into, and I do have some corrections from the last installment. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, the first dress in our installment today is Toy Fantasy, which I feel like is a very classic toy print. I really love the cuts and the colorways for this one. It's really good. I believe, what is to say, it's a classic. I feel like it's very much one of the first kind of toy prints that AP does. I know there's a couple different ones which we will get onto later. I'm pretty sure this is one of the first times they did like a toy motif. I love that little giraffe. That little giraffe is just the cutest little giraffe. The little giraffe and the elephant. It gave me like very like 80s kind of like toy, like, you know, this Spank kind of the pastel 80s vibe, which I really like. And yeah, the cuts are good, the colorways are good. There were so many, I learned researching, there are so many novelties for this one. I'll put a couple of them up, but oh my god, there's so many good novelties. Like I love the little like cosmetics pouch, and there's like the long wallet. I'm like, dude, there's so many novelties for these prints, and I've noticed in a lot of older releases, something I've been noticing is that they kind of had a lot of novelties back in the day, and I really like that. So yes, I believe I gave Toy Fantasy a 5 out of 5 bows, and would I own it? Yeah. I like it. I actually don't have a lot of toy prints, but I'm thinking if I was to own a toy print, Toy Fantasy. And our next print is Chess Chocolate, which is another chocolate print from AP that is very, very classic. I feel like they don't do chocolate prints anymore. Is that just me? Maybe modern AP, I feel like, doesn't do chocolate prints anymore. But this one, I remember getting memed on so hard. It just got dunked so hard back in the day because there was the Dream of Lolita DOL replicas, which I'll try to see if I can like archive, get some pictures of those up. They were just like horrible quality. Sheep's Garden actually had a DOL replica too, which we can talk about later. But oh my god, I just remember this dress getting like memed on so much. So I feel like that kind of like, back in the day, that's kind of what drove me away from it. Just the fact that it was just memed on. But actually the cuts and the colorways are like they're actually really good. Like there's a princess cut. There's so many cuts of this. And I just feel like, yeah. Also the little jabbit kind of like, we called it like the mustache because mustaches were such a thing back then. I call it a Ron Swanson mustache. But yeah, so this dress, taking the memes aside, is actually pretty good. I really kind of like, I've been looking back on it, I was like, oh, I didn't notice the ivory colorway, because I feel the ones that kind of got replicated the most was the pink and the mint, so I saw the pink and the mint the most. But actually the ivory colorway just kind of like, it's good. So Would I own this dress? I believe I would not, only because my wardrobe is I like chocolate themes, don't get me wrong, but I do not have any accessories to go with those chocolate themes. So I believe I gave this one a 4 out of 5. And would I own it? Unfortunately not. But it's still good. It's still good. And the next dress is another Sweet Lolita classic. It is Decoration Dream, which, oh my god. I've been looking back on it and I'm like, actually, like, I feel like every time I see this one come up, I'm like, it's Decoration Dream. I feel like, as far as like, it's kind of got like, I've been calling them dinner party or like tea party borders, where it's kind of just like a line of like cakes and tea and stuff. The borders kind of like a dinner party, kind of like merrymaking. AP's done a couple of these so far, but it kind of like blends a little more. Also, I love the cuts in the colorways. The cuts in the colorways, okay, for this dress are like classic. I like them. I love them. Yeah. There's like the tricolor ribbons. It's just, it's a very good print. Very good print. I'm gonna give this one, oh god, looking back at my notes, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Would I own this? Yes, absolutely. It's a classic. It's beautiful, and it gave us cakes. Who doesn't look? You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with the cakes. And the next print is Twinkle Carnival, which in my notes I wrote a boring sugar carnival. Like sugar carnival, but make it boring. Also, unlike Puppet Circus or any of the other prints that are usually in this like gold mixed with like ivory or wine, unlike with like Puppet Circus, it is not velvet, which is also a downgrade. I'm like, if you're gonna do Twinkle Carnival, like this print, overall it's like fine, but I would have preferred like a velvet. I think it's like a polyester or like a sateen. I forget the fabric specifics, but yes, I believe I would not own this one. It's just a little too bland for me. I'm a sugary carnival gal. So I believe I gave this one a 2 out of 5 bows. And the next print is Classical Melody, which, okay, I know I'm probably gonna get hate from all those musical like motif fans, but a lot of musical prints just look the same to me. I know you can say that about sweet prints too, because they use like the same motif, but a lot of them I feel like they have to use musical notes in some way, and those musical notes are usually black. So I'm just like, it's very cute. I do like the violins on this one, because I used to play violin, but overall I felt like it was little on the bland side, but I felt like the cuts were cute. Yeah, so I believe, would I own this? Unfortunately, no. There is actually another, like, last time there was a strawberry battle going on, now there's like a musical note battle going on. And there's somebody in my con who has so much musical note stuff, and it all works really well. See, the nice thing is, like, if you have accessories, all the musical note accessories go with other musical note prints. But yeah, I believe I gave this one a 2 out of 5 bows overall. It doesn't really stand out to me. And the next print is Sugar Hearts. And Sugar Hearts is just, I've always adored this print. It's so, like, the soft colors on the chiffon work really well together. I love little sugar heart motifs. Those things taste gross, but I like how they look. Yes, it's so cute. I believe the cuts are a little bit shaky. I'm not a big fan of the OP, but however the tiered JSK is, that slaps really good. So would I own this? Yes, I've won either the pink one or the white one for ages. And I believe I rated a 4 out of 5 bows. Alright, sorry I had to put the children down. My arms were getting tired. Yes, so our next entry is Moon Night Theater, which I have down in my notes. It's a little boring. It says it looked like a typewriter exploded. It looks. I don't want to be a walking typewriter when I'm wearing Lolita fashion. So yeah, I just rated this one pretty low. a 1 out of 5. I'm just not about it. The colors don't work. Colorways, yeah, it's a little. It's not a good motif to be around. Like, it's just solid, like, typewriter print, like Angelic Pretty. I'm like, I ain't about that. Yeah, so I believe I gave it a 1 out of 5. And the next entry is the Country of Sweets. The Country of Sweets, it gives me, I don't know, baby vibes or meta vibes. Something about the art style on this, Candyland vibes. It just doesn't scream Angelic Pretty to me. It's a very cute print. I do like it, and yeah, the OP, the apron style, those work. Those work. I love the apron style, the OP style, but overall, I feel like it just doesn't scream AP to me. Something about it. So I don't think I'll own this one, or like to own this one. And I gave it about a 3 out of 5. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not up to that, I feel like, golden age standard we put this era of AP at. So I gave it a 3 out of 5. And our next entry is Marionette Clock. Marionette Clock is kind of, I don't want to be a walking clock cosplay. I don't know about you. This one just screamed like a walking clock. That is what you are now, a walking clock. I don't know, something about the clock motif I feel like just isn't Lolita fashion to me personally. So I believe I did rate this one a 1 out of 5 bows. Not having it. That's gonna be a no for me. I don't wanna be a clock. And the next one is Petite Patisserie. Petite Patisserie, I kind of prefer melty cream donuts. I'm a big fan of melty cream donuts, and I feel like this print, like, on paper, if you look at the print, like, design, it looks really good. But I feel like it just kind of looks washed out in that chiffon kind of style. Also, literally, it's like a brown sack for the brown. I'm like, I don't want to look like a brown sack. I ain't about that. I really ain't about that. So, yeah, I just overall prefer melty cream donuts. I'm excited when we get to melty cream donuts. that's a couple years in the future. But I would not own this one. Like, it's just ain't it. I believe I give it a 3 out of 5, but because the print itself is good, I just feel like the execution was a little on the shaky side. And our next entry is Wonder Story, which I completely forgot about this dress, even though I've seen like the Cure My artwork for this dress multiple times. I actually forgot about like the fact that this is an actual AP dress. I've just seen the artwork so much. Sometimes I was just like, I don't remember the actual dress. So it is actually a really gorgeous dress. As far as Alice in Wonderland motifs, this one's kind of slaps. I'm like, the books? I'm just like, there's books, there's bunnies, there's tea. I like all of those things. All of those things are gonna be a yes from me. And the colorways, there's like that Sax Blue, which I love Sax Blue. The pink works too. The wine, even the black. Yeah, so I actually, looking back on this one, I kind of want it. It's gonna be a yes. It's gonna be a 5 out of 5. I'm just like, yes, actually Wonder Story slaps. But I have not seen this dress like pop up on Lace Market. I feel like I spend a lot of time on Lace Market. I'm like, I feel like I never see it. Why aren't y'all selling your Wonder Stories? Come on, help a girl out. And the next print is Marchand ribbon, which Marchand ribbon actually, it's a step up from wrapping ribbon. Don't get me wrong. I actually think it'd be, this one's actually kind of cute. Like, the colors are cute. I feel like they got their bows in order. Like, I do feel like it's more orderable. I think, actually, it kind of looks like it'd be a good, like, AP shop uniform. Like, I know the AP shop uniforms is literally just, like, Lolita fashion. But I feel like it'd be a really cute, like, standard AP shop uniform if they wanted, like, just one uniform for everybody. But Yeah, no, it's definitely a step up from wrapping ribbon. I do kind of like it. So I give this one a 3 out of 5. A. And our next print is Dream Sky. I remember being so obsessed with Dream Sky and Wonder Cookie that, hey, guess what? I got another OC. I got another OC to show off because I was just too poor. I was just too poor to afford. Obviously, Dream Sky, I feel like, oh my god. That print to me is just one of those like core prints that I remember being around when I first started. The melty moons on the print are very iconic, and the shooting star. Oh my god. The JSK cut, I kind of ain't about it, but the OP in navy, just like, that's a good I'm just like, oh my god. Like, can I have this? Yes. But of course, I'm waiting. I'm like, I know you guys are gonna do another re-release. You gotta. It's about time. Like, give it to me. I believe I give this one a 4 out of 5 because, sorry, the JSK just ain't cutting it. But overall, the print, woo, a 4 out of 5. I almost gave it a 5 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Can you tell what the next print is? So, despite for some reason I remember, my memory's just faulty. Remember Honey Cake being released in 2012. It apparently, according to Lilyberry, it was actually 2011. So the joke is on me. But to be fair, I have a really bad memory. Yes. So, and this isn't original Honey Cake, unfortunately. This is 2021 Honey Cake. So, yeah, Honey Cake was released this year. Yes, this year, because it is 2011. I love it. I have the pancake bag also from the all my stuff is from the re-release, actually. But what I didn't know, actually, there's a special JSK, I believe, was only Tokyo, or it was a store exclusive JSK for Honey Cake. And there was also, I've noticed actually a bracelet, which I will also post a little picture of. I'm like, why didn't you re-release the bracelet? Like, I have the socks, I have the necklace, I have the rings. I don't have that bracelet though. I'm like, I think they also had a blouse with it too. Like, they've been, and also a regular, there was a lot of stuff in Honey Cake actually that they haven't re-released, and I'm just like, bring it out because I love this print so much. I feel like I can't think of any other breakfast motif dresses, and I don't know, the colors, they just work so much. I've been falling in love with the ivory version, which is dangerous because I'm like, shall we buy another Honey Cake? And of course now, even like the polyester versions are going for like $500. So I'm just like, financially, no, stop it. Don't do it. But yes, I love Honey Cake. It's gonna be a 5 out of 5. And would I own it? Take a guess. Take a guess. Would I own it? And our next print is Aqua Princess, which, alright, it's kind of a broke Twinkle mermaid. I don't know if you guys are, I feel like I really like the details and the cameos. Don't get me wrong, it's a very detailed and cameo print. I just feel like the colors and like the execution, like the colors, the cuts, all of that just kind of cheapens the I don't know. Who thought turquoise and magenta was a good idea? Like, I don't know. Something about this print has just been like, I know they're like totally separate mermaid prints, but I often compare it to Twinkle Mermaid because I don't know. Like, I feel like Twinkle Mermaid, you know, it has so much like detail. I feel like, isn't it also like a cameo? I just feel like it's so much more detailed and like the colors work together, and I feel like Aqua Princess just doesn't. This is like, I feel like one of the only times you're gonna see me being harsh, being critical on a sea-themed print, because I love sea-themed prints. Like, let me slap out my 3 dream marines. I really love ocean prints and ocean motifs. Like, I work at the aquarium. So, sea-themed prints, I am a little critical on. I believe I gave it a 2 out of 5. And would I own it? Nah, unfortunately, this is like one of the only sea prints I would be like, nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. And our next print is Sheep's Garden. And would I own Sheep's Garden? Right away, would I own it? Take a wild freaking guess. I really adore this print so much. It's very underrated. I feel like I've started to see more people talk about Sheep's Garden, but clearly not enough. Not enough people talking about Sheep's Garden. I really love this print. Like, oh my god. Just the cuts, the colorways, they've always just kind of slapped. This blue version is my first brand dress, and I still have it. It's one of my 2011 things that I still have, and yes, I really love this dress. If you want to hear a little bit more about my personal history with this dress, you are free to check out my wardrobe tour. Somewhere, it's on my channel. It's one of the few videos I got, guys. But yeah, this print, it's just like, I don't know, like, there's this is the only JSK version I have. I really like the tiered JSK too. The OP is also really nice. I'm trying to get it in yellow in some form. Like, it would be nice to have like the trio all in this style, but I do kind of maybe want the OP in yellow or the tiered JSK in yellow. But yeah, this print, 4 out of 5. Wait, no, 5 out of 5. I'm sorry. No, this is a 5 out of 5. And would I own this? Absolutely. I would own so many more of these. It's just so underrated. Like, where's the Sheep's Garden love? Where is it? Also, that derpy little bag. I would pay so much money for that derpy little bag. He's beautiful. But yes, this is also another one of those prints that dream of Lolita. Kind of like replicate. I was looking for the word. They replicated this one a lot. And so I actually do have a Dream of Lolita replica. I'm thinking about maybe possibly doing a replica versus real version. Just kind of, I did a small kind of improv version on my Instagram, but I'm thinking about actually doing another video that kind of compares the real version to the replica. And the next dress is Triple Tart, which I wasn't a big fan of, to be honest. It's a little busy for me to, I know. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge about what is busy? It's just this print. I feel like I get what they were going for, kind of like a little building up a little cake on your dress, which I feel like in theory is very cute. I just feel like something was lost in execution. Like the gingham mixed with kind of like the layering makes the print look a little busy, and the cuts and the colorways are just kind of So yeah, I believe I would not own this dress, and I gave it a 2 out of 5. And the next dress is Sugar Pansy. Sugar Pansy, every time I look at it, it's like, it's really pretty. And obviously, I subscribe to looking like a grandma's couch cushion, obviously. I'm wearing sheep's garden for it. But yeah, no, so Sugar Pansy is a little washed and you look like a grandma's couch cushion, but personally, I like that. And 2 out of the 4 cuts in the colorways for this do slap. I do love at least 2 out of 4 of these the cuts. The colorways are actually pretty good, but yeah, I believe I gave would I own this? Yes. And then obviously I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. A 3 out of 5. I feel like there are better flower prints out there, but overall, as far as like pansies go. Like, overall for flower prints, I believe is 3 out of 5. And the next print is the Lyrical Bunny Going Out print. Lyrical Bunny. So I'm a big Lyrical Bunny fan, and this dress, I believe, is the first solo print she has. I believe there was also Toy Fantasy, which she is technically featured in with Shyness Bear, but actually, looking back on the prints, I noticed actually that they didn't start doing, like, they had a couple Lyrical Bunny items, but this was, I believe, Lyrical Bunny's first print. I love the vintage art style of this dress. I would like a lot more, like, cuts and colorways. There's only the one cut, and there's only, like, 2 colorways, and I'm like, our girl, she deserves more, but I suppose at the time, they didn't know, kind of, how popular this character would be, so yeah, I believe I gave this one a 3 out of 5. And would I own this? I would say yes. I would say I like the pink version the most. And the next print is French Cafe, which I feel like, okay, it's a border print that, like, I like what they were doing. The execution is better than Triple Tart, per se. Like, the border is, like, different than the actual, like, print that's on, like, the dress. You can kind of see what it's going for. I've seen this dress in real life. It's really pretty. I really love the deep red. This dress has got a good deep red. Yeah, the cuts and the colorways for this. And they actually did release, like, novelty. There's, like, the plates and the actually silverware. I'm just like, love it. It's so good. So I believe I gave this one a 4 out of 5. And that is going to do it for the 2011. I really like this era. Obviously, it's kind of where I started buying the stuff. Started getting the stuff that I needed. Buying that brand. That's me brand. So yes, I feel like there are a lot of good releases, and I believe I do have the updated scores now. Let's hold up. So for 2010, I did have to actually take off some dresses because I believe the Miracle Candy Going Out set was actually, the Miracle Candy dress print was actually released in 2009. This was a special set. I noticed a part of, like, as I went on, like, that prints would release one year and then the next year they would have either a novelty, a special item, or a re-release. So in 2011, obviously, like, Sugary Carnival had to re-release. There was a couple of Whimsical Vanilla Chan novelties. There was a Trump Carnival Yukata. But yeah, so a lot of the prints that came out in 2010 had stuff featured in 2011, which I didn't know when I was doing 2010 research. So the Miracle Candy Going Out set actually is a print that was released in 2009. So I cut it from the thing. And the new score for 2010 is, I believe, a 63 out of 80 bows with 16 dresses included in that score. I also did give like a couple little extra points for the score. If I would own it, I would give it a one little point. And also I gave Trump Carnival a pity point because I gave it a 0 out of 5. I gave it a pity point. So now it's a 1 out of 5. But yeah, so overall that was my thing for 2010. I just did math in a bad way and my research was faulty on that one. And so for 2011, there was a total of 20 dresses, and there, I believe that totals out to 78 out of 100 bows. So overall, I feel like there was a lot more hits in this one. This one I feel like had a lot more good dresses. But of course, these two will actually not be competing with each other because they are in the same era, so those scores will be combined in the future. Eventually. Only the second installment, but yeah, so the 2010 to 2014 all will be culminating into one score, and then the 2015 to present will also be culminating into one score. And yeah, I got a lot more math ahead of me, a lot more dresses to comb through. But thank you all for joining me once again. I really appreciate all the support on this series so far. If you like this installment, or if you have notes, all of that, leave it in the comments down below. And thank you all. I really appreciate it. I hit over 100 subscribers. So yes, thank you all. I hope you all are having an amazing day, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye now. Hey y'all, just a quick little edit. I did forget to mention one of the items that I still have from 2011. I have my Milky Pony bag, I have my Sheep's Garden in blue, and this is the last thing. It is a kudzu. I finally was able to find out what the kudzu is actually called. It is called the Secret Ribbon Kudzu, and I'm super happy to find that out because that has been a question that has been plaguing me for like 10 years now. So yes, this is the Secret Ribbon Kudzu, and I also created a tiny little mini cord with the kudzu and my pink Sheep's Garden. Oh, I'm still holding Sheep's Garden.